Okay, so I have something fresh in my head based on a real life experience, and there's a huge point that needs to be made that I will expound upon. But let me share the story of where this birthed from. So I was out and about, and a night on the town with a plus one that I shall not name, nor shall you see. But we were entering an event where it was enjoyable, it should be pleasant, and there was excessive caution and safety measures taken with special safety equipment, and I had an issue.
A napkin
I'm
at
sorry.
a gelato shop.
What?
A napkin
Where were we?
at a gelato.
We were getting double scoop of gelato in a cone, and as we're exiting,
at the
a cone,
facility
a self-contained
that sells-
edible container.
that sells these cones. At the checkout, there is a receptacle for napkins for people to get on their way out with their ice cream cone.
And so Cassie asked, "Hey, TJ, do you want a napkin?" And I said, lovingly, what did I say?
Get better at what you do.
I said a napkin for a cone? No, just be better at what you do. Is that accurate? Yes. Because here's the thing. It's a cone. I understand a minor amount of caution and a minor amount of safety equipment and a minor amount of cleanup, a minor amount. I get that. Like, totally understand. But it's an ice cream cone. So it literally is be better. You can choose the napkin, or you can just be better at eating an ice cream cone. And the blend is both. But that's point of this video that I want to make is that just rolled off my tongue. It wasn't a point I was making. It wasn't anything. It was just like, no, just be better at what you do. Just be better at eating an ice cream cone. And then we had a talk that how I approach how I work with clients or how I work with patients or how I approach how I work with myself, it doesn't shut off ever. Like, it's always the second I wake up to when I go to bed, I'm constantly trying to pull apart the human condition and see what we could do to better evolve and what angles we could take and what's too exhausting to what's sustainable and what is organic and true and what is based on actual principles of life and then what is just biohacking gadgetry bullshit. Like, where's that line? And I'm constantly trying to figure out this life. But something as minor as that to something as walking far from a parked distance or moving someone from home to home using just you or different things like that. But that was one of the things, and it brings me to this massive point. There is a reason I trust Dr. Cassie as the only person in medicine. Not because I know her as my friend, not because, not at all. It is because not only has she gone to school on both sides of everything and excelled academically, as if that matters, excelled academically, but pulled apart both sides to heal herself from 5 autoimmune responses to certain immunizations she got before college or in college. 5, both accounts, natural, all the definitions of natural, not just naturopathic, like all the definitions said, no, can't do it. Live with it. Allopathic, live with it. She had to go into both sides and see what was going to be there, where was the truth that would save her life. And she figured it out. It wasn't in any of the schools. And it wasn't in any of the divisions of medicine that we keep hearing right now. It was in true medicine as it applies to a human. Point being, it worked. Now she's healed herself. Now she's constantly pulling it apart and living day to day. Every single step, every single input she has throughout her day is constantly trying to, one, figure out depths of the medicine, figure out depths of this true human medicine too, so she can apply to herself, so then she can apply to other people. But always constantly thinking about it throughout everything we're doing, she's doing, I'm doing. Principles span through all industries. Principles of life, principles of human, principles of health, principles of healing. They don't shut off when you're in one industry and change when you're in another industry, or shift when you're with a certain group of people, or change when you're with your family, or change when you go visit, Washington, and go visit Hawaii, or go to this thing, or go, like, it's across the board. Principles are true no matter what, no matter where, no matter how, no matter when. They're just true. She's discovered that in her medicine, constantly discovering it day to day. So every single day she's getting better. Her medicine for her, and as a result for her patients. Me as well. If anybody's worked with me 3 months ago, I'm a completely different person now. I've gotten better. For myself first, to then know what I can do moving forward. Another name, Vladimir, the only other name in training I trust. He's the same way. He's constantly not only educating, but self-experimenting. This is what we do. There's not many people that do this. This is why there's not many true people that I trust within this world, which is why I don't know any other names. And it doesn't take much to go see that they lost it. They're trying to believe two different stories, and you can't. Like, one can't exist with the other involved. You can't. And so there's just no other names I trust, because they're not a walking embodiment of what they say or what they quote unquote sell. There's products, there's gadgetry, there's lies, there's falsehoods, there's things that just, they aren't human. They aren't principled as it is in natural law and the universe and what is inside of us and the human. And you can't do one and believe the other, or believe one and do the other. It can't be that way. It will never work. And that doesn't exist. What people say and what they do, it's not the same. And it doesn't take much to see through it. But that cat out there is literally one of the infinite reasons. That's why I trust her in medicine, to send people to her who are really expressing healing at the magnitude that they are. And she's got people doing the impossible, the miracles, the big league shit that everyone said is not possible, because she did it in herself first. You got to find, I don't really give a shit who you start up with. I don't give a shit who you find to guide you in this whole thing. But they damn well better live every inch of their life by what they're showing on Instagram, or what they're presenting on their fucking websites and selling in their programs and doing all this stuff. Because if you grab either one of us at any point in time, you are going to see us as a walking embodiment of everything we say. Every video we make, every meme we make, everything we do with clientele, it is exactly coming from that, because it is our lives. So when she's saying your life is your medicine, it's not the sun is medicine, or drinking not plain fucking water is medicine. No, it's every inch of your life is what you are, what you sell. So instead of becoming a health coach so you can saturate yourself with some label that you've been given so that you can know everything about all that's wrong with you, and then sell all the shit to know that's wrong with you, and be in all the groups, do all this stuff, what you could do, because everyone's like, well, what do I do then? How do I help people? Be a walking embodiment. Live every inch of your life by what you want to present, by what you think is true. Because there's people then that will watch this and will observe this. And then you'll know if you really truly want to be something that gets into the field of medicine or education or whatever, you've already done it because it's your life. Not you sell one thing, you pose as one thing as a coach, and then you live something totally the other. And the example I'm going to use, because this is freaking rampant, for all you little foodies out there posting these perfect meals, for every perfect picture of the perfect meal, tell us about the affairs you're having. Give us details on that side too. How about that one? Boom. Powerful, right? That's what it's got to be. We're not talking perfection, but it's talking about truth and being, having integrity with this, especially in health and medicine, because it doesn't exist. It's not existing in any certification, any licensing, in any degree, in any credential. It's not there, because the principles they're selling you, they take these little minor truths and they totally freaking bastardize them. None of them exist. In any division of any medicine called something, if it's called a medicine of some kind, it has a special name, or there's training and rehab, it has a special name, it's not congruent to principles. And so based off of this story, she has said, she's just like one of the reasons why I drawn to who I am and what I do is I am a living embodiment of everything I'm talking about on these videos. Or if you have worked with me or work with me now, you will see everything I'm trying to convey to you, I've come up with through me constantly trying to pull this apart. And I'm not trying to pull this apart to generate a business. It's not business first, principles later. It's not, business first, then principles, then me, then no. It's seeing where are the principles across the board. Even in eating an ice cream cone, which was fantastic. It was actually gelato. But a gelato ice cream cone, napkin, or just be better at what you do. There's an opportunity there to improve, but it's bigger than that, obviously, because we touched upon some really deep shit here. But that little person out there, she's medicine. She's true medicine. Why? She applied it to herself first. Applied it to herself. It always works. Principles always work. It's not guesswork. It's not, I hope this does, or it doesn't work if you're in this category, or for that name thing, it's not going to work. It always works. It's the body. It's the sun. That is in us. We are in this. The bees, it's the leaves, it's the air, it's the dirt, it's the food, it's the nourishment, it's the energy, it's the light, it's everything. It never stops. It is always true, and that means it always works. And if you're going to find me at any time, it's a process, it's a path, it's a life, but I tend to gravitate and believe and support the shit that just always works. The shit that's true because it resonates with me in my life. And if it didn't, I wouldn't be able to talk about it. I wouldn't be able to quote unquote sell it. I wouldn't be able to live it because it's got to be me first. It's got to be principles first. It's got to be true all the time.
Hi, little bud.
Boom.